Dave, you just had a debrief with the squad. What was said? What was the message?
Quite a few things. First of all, we're a little bit disappointed with the result, but I think we've got to keep it in context. Everything about this pre-season is geared towards that first week of the season and the Friday night against Leicester. Today was the first time we played in real wet weather, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more games, unfortunately, ahead this season, which will be in similar conditions. So we haven't really spoken too much about our wet weather game. So I think today showed us where we need to be better. So it's a case of maybe we go away, look back, and put our bits and pieces right. We also talked about controlling the tempo. I think second half when Ealing got ahead, they were very, very good at playing at their pace, and I think we found it hard to generate the tempo that we like to play at, and we've got to go away and work out how we can do that a little bit better.
When I spoke to Jordan Crane beforehand, he said one of the things you were looking for as coaches was to see how well players adapted to the wet weather. How far off where you thought they'd be are they based on what you've seen?
Yeah, I think it's always a tough one. I think you know it's been a while since I played in really tough conditions, and I mean the wet conditions. So I think a lot of the hangover the first time you get it, the cobwebs are there, and you sort of probably think a little bit slower than maybe you'd like to. So I think they adapted pretty well. First half we weren't in control of the game, but we were playing in the right areas, and a couple of one or two loose decisions by us put us under pressure. But I thought half time we sort of checked a few things, and we were pretty confident that we could turn things around. I thought second half, we had 53% possession, but the penalty count was against us. It was 17-6. So I think it's very hard to then get a foothold in the game and then generate momentum from those sort of situations. So I say again, we've got to go away and look back and work out how we can be a little bit better, and when we have lost momentum, how we can get it back.
Yeah, on that point, you played a lot of rugby in the middle third, and obviously, as you pointed out, it's very difficult to try and especially given the weather and the fact that Ealing were there in front. So do you have to have a look at how you better attack teams in that kind of situation to try and get behind them, or at least start playing rugby even if they got the ball in their own 22, because there was a lot of lateral movement but not a lot of forward?
Yeah, I think we planned a week for a certain area of our game we were looking at, and then the weather forecast came on Friday, which was pretty rubbish, and so we had a little chat with it, but ultimately tried, probably committed a little bit too much to looking at things that we're hoping to figure out in tough conditions. I say on reflection now we'll go away, look at it and work out which areas we need to be better at, and start putting them into practice with an eye on playing that first game on the Friday night against Leicester, making sure all our bits are in order and we really hit the season running.